Hello, we're back. I'm going to return to our measurement that we did where we used our feet to measure different paths through the house. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to look at some different ways, some different tools that we can use to measure, and then we're going to measure with standard units of measurement. We're going to measure with inches and feet, not your feet. We're going to measure with the standard unit of feet, which is 12 inches. So when we measured before, I measured from my back door to my front door, and it was 29 Miss Patton feet. In a little bit, we're going to go ahead and measure that with one of these tools to find out how many standard feet it is. So many of you have used a ruler, and most rulers are 12 inches, which is 1 foot. 3 feet is 1 yard, and I have a yardstick here. So this ruler that is 1 yard is the same as 3 of my 1 foot rulers if I laid them out all together. So this ruler we usually use when we're measuring smaller things. If I want to measure the marker that I'm using, I would use a standard ruler, line up the end of my marker with the 0, and measure to the tip. So this marker is about 5 inches on this ruler. Let's see if it's the same on my yardstick. Yep, right about the same. I line it right up to the end. This yardstick starts at 0 right at the end. And I line it up and I'm going to measure. Okay. I also have a tape measure. Tape measures are best for long distances. So this is what I'm going to use when I go back to remeasure my 29 Miss Patton feet. I could do it with the yardstick or the smaller ruler, but that would make it a little bit harder. So I'm going to take my tape measure. Tape measures have a lot of them have a lock, so you can pull it out and then lock it out as you go along, and then you can feed more out to it. They have a nice hook on the end, so if I can find something to hook it to, we'll be golden. And we're going to measure. Here's my back door. We're going to measure over to the front door. For now, I'm just going to hold it down as I go along, and you can see one good thing about tape measures is they have numbers all along. So they're a great number line. It has the measurement in inches as I go, and has the measurement in inches, and it has feet. So 60 inches is the same as 5 feet. All right, I finished measuring that path, and it came to 27 feet, 8 inches. When it was Miss Patton feet, it measured 29 Miss Patton feet. And now, in the standard measurement of feet and inches, it measures 27 feet, 8 inches. So I was thinking about it and trying to decide if my foot was bigger or smaller than the standard 12 inches to 1 foot. I went ahead and I started with my ruler, and I used my ruler to measure my foot. And what I found was 1 Miss Patton foot equals 11 inches. So you all have the measurements that you took on different paths around your house from one spot to another. Now you can use one of your measurement tools. You can choose. I have a ruler here and a yardstick, and I had a tape measure, and I want you to measure those paths again with the standard measurement. You can put it in feet and inches, and then take a measurement of your foot and tell me how many inches is your foot. You can write those on the same paper if you wrote them into a paper. If you submitted it through Class Dojo, you can still look at what you wrote. I don't think you can go back into it, but you could type it again and tell me for each path the two measurements, your foot measurement and then the regular standard foot measurement. Compare those and think about which one is bigger and which one is smaller and how those compare to each other. We'll do one more activity with these, so keep them around.